So one of the great things about cloud computing is that the underlying disks have now been virtualized. That is to say that the underlying hardware has been abstracted away from you and you no longer have to deal with that. But what I would still like to ask you today is, how are you backing up your virtual disks and how flexible and simple is your solution? So over the past couple of days, I've been working on some Python, which are wrapped in Lambda functions, utilizing some very simple tagging systems to back up all of our AWS EC2 volumes. What I was aiming for was a system that was very simple, very flexible, and very cheap. I also wanted it to automatically apply to any new volumes that appeared in our AWS account, or indeed any cloud provider account, so that I didn't have to go in and manually add the tags and then manually instantiate the backup process. One of the key factors, however, was the solution had to be really, really simple. So today I just wanted to share the theory around that, and hopefully it'll be useful for you. So it all started with tags. In my opinion, you should aim to tag everything in your cloud environment: disks, VMs, images, snapshots, everything you can, because it means that going forward you can produce some really nice reports. It means you can automate the deletion of anything that you tag with a particular tag. It just gives you lots of flexibility as a business and as an administrator to just clean things up and shift things around really, really quickly. So for me, the first rule is to just tag everything. So when it came to the backup solution, what tags did I choose and what would I recommend to you? So I started with 3 tags for the disk backup solution, and that was snapshot, snapshot frequency, and snapshot retention. Each tag obviously means something. So snapshot is essentially saying, yes, I want you to snapshot this resource. Snapshot frequency is saying how often I want you to snapshot this resource. And snapshot retention was all about how long we keep snapshots for. Now, the theory about how the solution worked was really quite simple. In my case, it was a Python script, and I had that script running once every minute via a CloudWatch event, but you can just use a cronjob or some other system. That script will then go out and list all of the resources you want to back up, such as disks and VMs and snapshots, etc. Once it has this list, it just reads over them. It looked for that snapshot tag, and provided it's set to true, it knows that it has something it needs to snapshot or that you want to snapshot. It then also reads in the other ones, the frequency and the retention. If it reads in those tags now, it saves you having to go out and do a call later. The script then determines, using some basic maths, whether it's time to do a snapshot now, and it also determines whether it's time to delete the oldest snapshot, as it may have fallen out of your retention policy. One thing I will say is I recommend that you just always take the snapshot and then work out if you should delete. Don't work out if you should delete, and then take a snapshot, because you might delete and then the snapshot may fail. What you want to do is play safe, and you want to take your snapshot, and if that fails for some reason, such as you run out of disk space or you've reached the limit within your cloud provider, then you don't want to delete any backups, because you don't have anything to replace the old one with. Now, what we have from that simple theory is a very simple script. In my case, it was a Python script that was about 120 lines of code, sitting in a Lambda function, running every minute, and that was just automatically backing up anything it found with a snapshot tag, using the right retention that we'd want for that resource, as well as the right frequency. And it was just automatic as well. It just went out and did it. It didn't think about it. We didn't have to add tags on manually. Our Terraform added tags on for us, and then the script just runs and away we go. Now, all of this being said, if you've got a solution already that you think is better and or simpler or even cheaper, then let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. Perhaps you even know of a really cool third-party vendor who perhaps offers a free service or a paid service, even an enterprise-grade service, that you feel is definitely worth mentioning. Then again, let us know in the comments. And finally, if you enjoyed this video, then give us a like and consider subscribing for more. And of course, have a great day.